So Dennis is giving us insights, local services, global opportunities. So let's welcome Dennis.
I am Dennis Augustine. Life is oddly circular in so many ways, isn't it? I've spent the last 26 years doing technology in Canada. I am a prodigal son of the Caribbean. I have never been so proud to be a Caribbean man, and seeing the sorts of talent and possibility and energy that is here for change just makes me so inspired. So I want to thank you for inspiring me. Yes, give yourselves a hand for that. And fast forward 26 years, and I am now a 3-time software entrepreneur. And I've learned some lessons that I hope to share with you today. Let me tell you about Konabos a little bit. We believe in using the power of community to create the world's happiest and most effective digital teams and solutions. At Konabos, although we are a team of just 50 people, we built this company fully remotely. And although we are only 50 people, 10 of those are what we call site core MVPs. I say that because we knew we were not going to be big, but we wanted to be excellent. I'm currently the only site core MVP in the Caribbean, and if I have my way, I shall not be the last. Because they started talking about something I know Grenadians know a little bit about, and our brother Beville talked about revolution. This time, the revolution will be different because the revolution will be digital. In this revolution, the altitude of your elevation will not be limited by the latitude of your location. You can work from anywhere in this revolution. Over the last little while, I have gone from frustration to inspiration. I want to tell you a little bit about the opportunity. Why is it different this time? It's different this time because things like Konabos being built fully remote. There are large enterprise customers who will now deal with fully remote teams of experts, and this time it's different, and it is our time to act now to take advantage of that opportunity. It's different because right now we are understanding that software development outsourcing is a $284 billion a year industry by 2030. That is more than the GDP of this entire region. And although we are small, we are batting way under our weight. It's time that we do better. There are challenges. We're small. But there's something else I think that we also have to get over as well. And that's what, the great Bob Marley would have called mental slavery. To think that we're not good enough. And we have to get over that. I happen to have been applying to a certain project funded by the World Bank. There's money sitting there since 2020. And I have since 2018 and this year for a whole year consistently been knocking on that door, trying to get the money for things that check off every box of that transformation project and cannot get it done. And when I check the criteria for that project and say, well, who can I talk to? You know where they are? It's outsourced to a gentleman in Europe. And you know who he hires? A guy from Grenada, a guy from Dominica. And you know who makes the money? Him. Who does the work? Us. It's been that way for far too long, and it has to stop. But we have certain advantages as well. We are small. But Dennis, you just said we are small was a challenge. It's also an advantage. We can pivot much faster than any of those large nations who are currently owning this stuff. We have an inspiring message. Finally, we have the political will, and I'm so glad to see that in CARICOM and Eastern Caribbean, we are finally united in purpose to get it done. So we have advantages. I've come here to promote to you something called the Konabos Software Alliance, and that is a model comprised of 4 key components: community, expertise plus experience, world-class delivery, and marketing and sales. You need all of these things in order to succeed. United we stand, divided we fall. So we're going to build a database of people like you, of technologists, of project managers, of strategists, and get that together so that when we get those projects, whether be they private sector or public sector, that we know we can leverage the resources that we already have here to get those things done. Send the message to North American customers saying, if you want the best architects and solution developers in the world, come here to the Caribbean. That's the kind of attitude we have to have. Use that QR code and go to konabos.com/alliance. Whether you are a developer or a higher ed partner, we don't have a lot of time left. Now is the time to act. I hope I impressed that upon you more than anything. There was a wise, very wise man who once said, let us work while it is day, because the night cometh when no man can work. Thank you.